Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick, and also this is home of the upset. Thank you, Denver, for that payout last week. Let's get to the Week 12 upsets. Hit that like button, subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving. The first upset I'm looking at is the LA Chargers are going to the Buffalo Bills. And when you're looking at this, everyone is telling me the Bills are so much better and that the Bills are pushing more towards the AFC Championship game than pushing towards mediocrity. And while the Bills do look good, I think this Chargers team has elements that can test the Bills. Herbert's just balling right now, and he responded against the Jets, and everyone's going to say, Lawson, the Jets don't matter. You were right about the Jets covering. Chargers suck. All those things may be true, but I think this Chargers team is a team that is built to upset people. They are built to surprise. And we have to remember, this Chargers team, they've been in close games throughout this year. They probably will cover the spread. There's a reason why the spread is only plus 5.5. And I think the big question about the Bills that I have is their defense. And I think you can run the ball against them. Do the Chargers run it well? No, not really. But I think the Chargers will have balance this game, and that's one reason why I think Herbert will get in a groove. We know the Bills' secondary is really good. They got the best safety combination in the league. But if you can control the clock with that run game and give Herbert some looks on play action, I feel like you can really utilize his big arm. And this Chargers defense, they've been disappointing the whole year. But we've seen them get a pass rush, and I think that's key against the Bills. If you get a pass rush, that's how you force Josh Allen into turnovers. The Bills don't have a lot of run-pass balance. The Bills are just going to come out there and pass. That's why a big reason why I think this could be an upset is because I think the Chargers will get a nice pass rush. Let's watch this game for developments as the week goes on. Another upset I have, we got Miami. They're going up to New York, up to the Meadowlands to play the Jets. And yes, I like the Jets to cover with this +7, but I also think this will be a highly competitive game. I think the Tua story last week, it really proved what I'm saying is right. I don't think Miami has a dynamic pass game, and I think Tua is a drop-off from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Say what you will about Fitzpatrick, but Tua, they are missing something in this pass game. You even saw it against the Rams. You certainly saw it against the Broncos. The Dolphins are struggling in the pass game, and you're not seeing any Devontae Parker. So Tua can add some elements to this, but is he really that much more mobile than Ryan Fitzpatrick? So I feel like this is another good opportunity for the Jets. It looks like Sammy Darnold will come back, and we could talk about Flacco, we can talk about Darnold, but Darnold is a definitive upgrade on Joe Flacco. That's one reason why I think this game will be close. I think it'll be a one-possession game, and I would not be surprised if the Jets pull this upset. That Jets defense, they didn't look all that great last week against Herbert, but at a certain point, we have to give Herbert a little bit of credit, and then we have to say, damn, man, that Jets defense, they stay out on the field all game. So here's what I think is going to go down in this game. I think the Jets run the ball better than normal against this Miami front seven. I think that saves the energy for the Jets defense. I think the Jets defense has a big game, and I think we might be seeing Fitzpatrick again in the second half if things really get ugly. I really think if Brian Flores had his choice right now without the media, without the PR, I think he would start Fitzpatrick. But once you put in the rookie quarterback, you got to go with him because he is the future. I'm going to get to another upset. This is just a little bit of turkey for the side of your plate. I don't want anyone taking this too seriously. We got Houston at Detroit. Of course, I like Houston. I hit Houston in a money pick last week against New England. Houston wins this game, but if you're looking for an upset on Thanksgiving Day, I think Detroit's the team to pull it. I think Detroit always plays better than people think on Thanksgiving. I've seen Detroit without a win give great games to Brett Favre-led Packers team. So I think Detroit will be competitive in this game. If you're looking for an upset on Thanksgiving, this is one you should definitely consider. Next game, and this is one that has me excited. We got the Saints at the Denver Broncos in high altitude. This is the place that has won us so much money this year. Mile High Stadium, the altitude. Locke actually plays better there. Right now, Denver is +6. I absolutely love Denver to cover this, but I don't think we can say definitively that the Saints are going to win this game. I think this is another game that people think the Saints are going to win easily. I think it's going to be a one-possession game. I think it's coming down to the fourth quarter. And at a certain point, you have to look at Taysom Hill and you have to think there will be a drop-off. Because this Denver defense, they haven't traveled well, but they play really good at home. On this Denver defense, they're going to stack the box. They're going to make Taysom Hill throw it deep. And Taysom Hill's got a decent deep ball, but I don't know how aggressive Sean Payton wants to be with him. Are we going to see any of Jameis? I think this Denver defense comes in, and I think they control this game. I think the Saints are going to score in the 17 to 20 point range. And as we've seen with Locke, when he's playing at Mile High Stadium, he can manufacture 24, 27 points. This Broncos offense has some targets. Do I like the way the run game has developed? Absolutely not. They will not be able to run it against the New Orleans Saints. For all the people getting overly optimistic about Denver right now, they will not run it against the New Orleans Saints. But I think they'll have run-pass balance, and I really feel like Locke will make 3 or 4 big plays. But Locke has to be aggressive. Locke has to throw the ball down the field, and they have to get him rolling right because this Saints pass rush is dangerous. That's why you have to move the pocket for Locke. We've seen Denver do this the last 2 weeks, and it helps Locke. So this +6 for Denver, I absolutely love it, and I would not be shocked if Denver pulled off another upset. We got some other upsets to talk about. I like the Baltimore at Pittsburgh. I liked that when it was on Thursday, but then we saw the COVID situation. I am getting news in that that game has moved to Sunday. So, of course, before we dive too deep in that game, we have to see the damage that is going to happen to Baltimore due to the COVID. We know Dobbins is out. We know Ingram's out. Let's see who else will miss the game. But when you look at the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game, let's forget about Lamar Jackson. Let's forget about Big Ben. Let's forget about Mike Tomlin. Let's forget about Harbaugh. Which team needs this game more? And this is an Alamo game for the Ravens. If they lose, their season is possibly over. And that's when you know a team is going to be motivated and they're going to fight to the death. And for me, Baltimore's a team that needs to be more aggressive. They need to take more chances. They need to go for it more on fourth down. They need to throw in a fake punt. And I think they will go to any length to win this game. It's a rivalry. Baltimore-Pittsburgh games are always close, and there's always surprises. That's one reason why I'm looking towards Baltimore. Look towards the psychology of this game. Don't just think, oh, damn, did you see Baltimore blow that to Tennessee? Because that was last week. Now we're going to see a different Ravens team. We're going to see that animal backed up against the wall, and you'll see how they fight. It's going to be a miraculous effort. Pittsburgh's good enough to beat them, but I still like the Ravens in this upset. I have some other upsets. I know some of you guys are going to ask about San Fran. I'm just not feeling it without Jimmy G and Kittle. I know that this one's set up for a Rams letdown. I know it's set up for a Rams letdown, but I'm not seeing the fundamentals, how San Fran's going to be able to generate 24 points on offense. And I'm not seeing how the San Francisco secondary is going to cover Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. I'm just not seeing it. I think San Fran will stop the Rams' run game, but the Buccaneers did that last week, and we saw Goff absolutely eat. I was surprised by it. Would I plan on Goff having a great game like that again? No. But then again, I'm not looking forward to watching this San Fran offense. That's why I'm not dipping my feet into this upset. I got another game I want you guys to consider as a long shot. Chicago at Green Bay. You guys know I absolutely love Chicago +9 in this game. Chicago is just too inconsistent to bat because their offense is absolutely tragic. They're unorganized. They don't have good talent. They don't have a good plan, and they can't run the ball. This Green Bay defense can be exploited, though, and I think you can run the ball against this Green Bay defense, but is Chicago the team to do that? Chicago might have the worst run game in the league, but they've been using Cordero Patterson back there. We saw that against Minnesota. I think that will help. I think this is one that I don't have a good reason. I don't have a great opinion for you. But I think if there's one crazy upset we see this week, I could see it being Chicago against Green Bay. And the last game I want to talk about, we got Seattle at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia's +5.5. Pretty much everyone's been digging the grave of the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just a matter of when we fill it in, when everyone gathers around, and when we do the funeral proceedings. But I think there's going to be one gigantic last gulp before this happens. They're going to come up and they're going to grasp for air. And we have to remember, before we talk about Carson Wentz, before we talk about Patterson, let's remember the Seahawks have their problems. The Seahawks, we know they solved things last week with that big win, but there's still chinks in this armor of the Seahawks. There's still lots of problems. And for me, the Seahawks defense is the perfect remedy to get Carson Wentz going. People are saying, when are we going to see the old Carson Wentz? When's Carson Wentz going to go off again? Maybe this week. Maybe this week. That's how bad the Seattle defense is. And the thing that's been giving Carson Wentz lots of problems this year is the pass rush, specifically the blitz. And Seattle, they don't have a great pass rush. They need to send 5-6 guys just to get a decent pass rush. So if the Eagles can pick up this blitz just a little bit, I think Carson will have plenty of time. And that's why I think this is a possible upset. I think Carson Wentz will play better because he's playing the worst defense in this league. Subscribe, hit the like button, share the videos. This is the best gambling show on the internet. Happy Thanksgiving, and make sure you tune in Friday, I believe at 4:30. I'll make an official announcement. We'll have a live call-in show. Leave your questions. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit that like button.